Good morning, Jim.
Good morning, Robert, and welcome to the Tuesday morning, not live, weekday update.
Is anyone else cold in this studio? Well, they shouldn't be, because global warming is heating up, even to the point where the shores of Kiribati, a Pacific island nation, are slowly being engulfed by water and newfound media coverage.
5 weeks ago, practically nobody knew we existed, President Anti-Tong recalled. Climate change has been our Christopher Columbus, but without the enslavement, smallpox, and all those other trivial drawbacks. The Environmental Committee urges Americans to increase their fossil fuel emissions with increased consumerism, wastefulness, but most importantly, burning down any and all things. But more on that later with the Ferguson update.
The territory, they affirm, is but a small price for their newfound fame, yet Kiribati's fame quails in comparison to that of Ebola. Ebola is what critics have been calling the new communism. Others claim that Ebola originated when Tituba of Salem first compacted with the devil, and there is ample concrete evidence to support those theories.
Red, 3 letters, the communist color, plus Mao, also 3 letters. The first name of the Chinese communist is coincidentally 6 letters. 2, Ebola, 5 letters. Plus 1 equals 6, another coincidence. 3, virus, that's 5 letters. 5 squared equals 25. Minus 16 equals 9. The square root of 9? 3. 3 times 2? 6.
Coincidence? I think not. 6, 6, 6. You cannot ignore the truth. Do you know what else is 6 letters? Indict. I don't even know what that means, and I most certainly don't know why there's a C in the middle of it. Anyways, according to Smokey the Bear, the latest news is that the Michael Brown shooting and non-indictment of Officer Wilson was all a plot by the American Pyromania Society. The ensuing riots, looting, and yes, most definitely the fires, has literally nothing to do with America's race problems or a police brutality issue.
No. The true heart of the dilemma lies in the underground pyromania movement seeking to undermine Smokey's cause. There have also been a slew of reports that Pharrell is one of the leading pyromaniacs in the competition for Smokey and the famous Who Wore It Better. In New York, with recent protests over the Eric Garner case and with people laying down on streets, it is getting harder to tell who is staging a protest and who is just really dying of Ebola. I don't know why anyone cares though. We are just going to die of Ebola before they go to trial anyways. Well, good night, and thank you for joining us today on the Tuesday morning, not live, weekday update. Good night, Bob.
Good night, Jim.
I'm your typical AP Comm teacher. Your group just poured 4 long, hard hours onto a Google Doc with people you honestly don't even care about. It still sucked. And, lucky for you, your group manager nominated you for the boardroom. You've got no friends on the team, and now you're going to be one sad, fired tomato. Get a friend state, and you'll be protected from mayhem like me.
I'll get you, my pretty!
Introducing Ebola, the new miracle drug for Ebola that is pioneering in the medical field by disregarding research and development, whilst ignoring all signs of possible side effects. Ebola promises to eliminate any and all symptoms of the Ebola virus, except death. This versatile medication works for practically anything, although originally designed for marsupials. Don't let Ebola get you 6 feet under. Get Ebola.
Disclaimer.
Ebola has been banned for 70 countries due to possible health concerns. Large cases of heroin and Adderall have been found in Ebola, possibly causing severe hallucinations, addiction, and depression. Do not talk to your doctor about Ebola since you most likely have a...
Good morning. Welcome to the Tuesday morning, not live, weekday rant. High school life with AP classes entails 300-pound backpacks with 300-pound bags under your eyes and premature graying. Everyone wants to look like Mark Twain. Who wouldn't want those eyebrows? But not at the age of 17. The deadly combination of these APs leads to death. AP nowadays stands for apocalypse, as in zombie apocalypse, since that's what most students really are, if they are lucky. And no, those AP students are not the people who, when fighting the zombies, suddenly know how to use any weapon ever created. The only thing they know how to wield is a pencil, which most of the time is dull, a textbook, which is much too heavy to throw, and a mind so weighty from said textbook that they are the zombies' first target, and that is if they are lucky. If they aren't, they become Ebola, literally. But there might just be a cure for this Ebola zombie mixture. No, not Ebola. Jay Matthews recommends a much easier route, taking only 3 to 5 APs, and adopting a baby. Why take an AP class when you could just adopt a child? Just think about it. Brangelina, Sandra Bullock, the list goes on. So don't waste your time taking extra AP classes. Adopting a child will ensure your future success. But Matthews writes for the Washington Post, and any article found in such an incredible source may as well be used as a bib in the barbecue restaurant that students will find themselves retiring from after reliance on his opinion about the necessity of AP classes. According to the weekly horoscope for Pisces, the tears of a student's high school years due to AP allow for the growth of a sea that will drown the student and dampen any hope for success in the real world. The only exception is donating this ocean to Oprah's #EndWhaleRacism that will most surely lead to prosperity, even if you take AP classes. If you're lucky, not Pisces, and haven't died of Ebola, you will have the great fortune to remove yourself into the comfort of a mental breakdown. You won't even remember your zombification. You'll just start seeing ghosts. Your parents will attribute this to the nervous breakdown that you had while concurrently taking 6 APs. So really, don't take AP classes. If you want to ensure your admission to your first choice school, follow Matthew's other recommendation. Just cheat on the ACT test.
Good evening and welcome to the Tuesday morning show. I'm Jonathan Swift interviewing Sarah Palin and my recently disowned relative Taylor, who is looking very tan, about their support of Annie Domini's article, Why Investing in Fast Food May Be a Good Thing. Well, the suspense is killing me. Why might it be good?
Well, you see, fast food is not perfect. We all know this. But it can speed towards progress on a large scale, and can therefore be very suspicious. Auspicious, that is.
Pray tell, where do you invest and why?
I don't know about you, but I invest in Forever 22. Oh wait, you meant fast food?
I knew that was trouble when you walked in. And what say you, Sarah?
Gee, McDonald's for one. Their rivalry with the Obamas shows great global potential. And maybe my dividends will finally get them commies out of my backyard.
I completely agree that McDonald's has potential, especially with regards to my modest proposal. You see, I mean to reduce Irish overpopulation by selling impoverished younglings to the rich as a delicacy. And now granted, my American acquaintance informs me that a hamburger already has delightfully ambiguous sources such as, I don't know, humpback whale, elephant, bald eagle, and we aren't even talking about the McNuggets yet. I own that perhaps such tender and delicate child meat might be slightly wasted on one, but then every Happy Meal does need that extra happiness, and what's more happy than the energy of a young child, which is why their meat is most renowned as happiest in the proteins. Is this the kind of potential you mean?
Mr. Swift, repudiate that opinion at once. I cannot believe it.
Believe what? I'm trying to play space right now.
Taylor, take off your headphones. Why are you even here? We are talking about the fact that there are some suspicious meats contained in Happy Meals. Did you know that McDonald's sells 1 million Happy Meals per year? I only propose the consumption of 20,000 foundlings. For such a limited menu, the scope of McDonald's lets one walk away with almost anything. But I digress. What will you be ordering today?
Whale. Animal cruelty is now among my highest concerns. I might just almost consider hanging up my helicopter and hunting gun.
You kill animals? That's so rad of you!
Well, maybe she doesn't anymore. I dare say about 1 elk would be saved by your hypothetical magnanimity, Sarah. Back to fast food. Explain, please, how your investments personally will cause change.
I also mean to reduce the use of packaging and support small-scale laborers, and to show the Democrats that I'm dynamic. And I also think that my share in the company can push other Americans to invest in no time. McDonald's will have incentive enough to keep up reform.
Indeed. Why, my child carcasses would make a perfect leather pouch to carry the meals, and be reusable too. And for the small-scale seamstresses and butchers who are strong of stomach, this would provide ample employment. Really, our thoughts could not be more alike. It's only a pity that there are not more people like us. There must be a sizable share of those who would commit murder before watching their profits spiral.
Wait, are you guys talking about handbags? Killing animals is mean, but those bags belong with me. And can I make a recommendation to make them out of my ex-boyfriends?
That would cause overproduction.
Anyway, just recently, I've become antiquated with some prospective murders. But I hope that there are enough decent people to have a voice.
My, that glance makes me feel like I will be the next Happy Meal. It's just a shame that Donald Thompson will probably have to cave to those fiendish, brutish, heartless capitalists and other single-minded Republicans before he commits to voices like ours. Honestly, it makes it look like we're just in it for the money. Well, this concludes tonight's Swift Show. Donations for my cause are payable to the National Association to Save the Humpbacked Whale, Elephant, and Bald Eagle. Don't forget to also consider donating to the Keep Taylor Swift Safe and Sound Fund. Have a fearless day, everyone.
You ready? Let's go!